So many people get the urge to blow their nose when they're on the toilet. They rush to the bathroom in the morning, they either have to pee or poop, and they reach for the Kleenex to blow their nose at the same time they sit on the toilet to go pee. Let me tell you, this is not good for your body, and let's talk about why. In this video, we're going to talk about the importance of avoiding blowing your nose in certain instances, especially while on the toilet, and some techniques of where you can blow your nose safely and how to do so. Why does this even matter? Let me tell you. If you get up in the morning and you rush to the bathroom and you have to blow your nose, it can mean that you're increasing your intra-abdominal pressure as you initiate your urine stream. We have our abdomen, right? When you blow your nose like that, okay? Hopefully with a Kleenex, you are experiencing a downward pressure that puts pressure down on our pelvic organs, okay? What this means is that you are pushing things out and down, and you don't want to be pushing things out and down when you're peeing or when you're pooping. So it's really important that when we blow our nose, we're not doing it on the toilet. Here's what happens if we do it on the toilet. We sit on the toilet in a bowl that's open, and then as we're sitting and we are trying to initiate the pee, if we're pushing the pee down and out, that is effectively going to push our bladder down and push the urethra down into the vaginal canal. We don't want this to happen. If this is the vaginal canal and the bladder's on this side and the rectum's on this side, the uterus is on the top, when we're pushing down, all of this is coming down. Now, with someone with female anatomy, we have to work to keep our organs and the walls of our organs up inside the vaginal canal for the rest of our lives. So what does this all mean? This means that we want to avoid circumstances where the vaginal canal is being pushed down and out. So where we would increase the pressure to push the pee out, it is also pushing our organs down and out. We don't want to be doing this. All right, so you get up, you go to the bathroom, you have to blow your nose. Try to avoid the urge to blow the nose until after you pee. So even if your nose is dripping a little bit, you can just dab it with the Kleenex and avoid that urge to push. You want to sit on the toilet fully. You want to take some nice deep breaths. Let the urine leave your body with ease. And then you can wipe, be done, stand up. And once you stand up, that would be a safe time to blow your nose. Let's go through some safe tips and when it's okay to blow your nose. Here's an alternative to blowing your nose on the toilet. If you make it to the bathroom and you can blow your nose before you sit on the toilet, that is an effective approach, all right? So you're standing, you have your Kleenex, you blow your nose, and a really important thing to do while you do that, especially if you have a full bladder and still need to pee a little bit, is to squeeze your legs together in this standing position. And you can also do a pelvic floor contraction where you try to close the urethra, close the entrance to the vagina to help create more of a contraction of the muscle and help keep things up and inside the body. And as you maintain that contraction and the legs are squeezed together, then you can initiate blowing the nose. That's going to help keep everything nice and tight as you increase the pressure in the abdominal canal. And that pressure, that intra-abdominal pressure, will then be pushing down against something that's tight and contracted. Now, you can also play with this. So if you're in that standing position, you can tighten your lower abs. And as you push, you can kind of think about pulling up and then blowing the nose. So if you imagine pulling up and in with your belly and then you blow the nose, that's going to decrease the force of the pressure to not be so low. So that is a good technique to alter the standing position safely. Now, this is also safe if, say, you just went to the bathroom. So you sat down, went pee, you fought the urge to blow your nose on the toilet, and then you stood up and you were able to go through exactly what we just went through, blowing your nose safely in a standing position. Then, blowing your nose in a seated position is also adequate. We just don't want to do it on the toilet, because when we're on the toilet and we're on that open bowl, our pelvic floors tend to be more relaxed. It's something that we've trained. We want our pelvic floors to relax in that position. But when we go into blowing our nose, we want there to be some pelvic floor contraction. And that comes from after being a relaxed muscle, then we go into contraction. So you don't want to train that contraction while you're sitting on the toilet. The brain and the body will start to remember that and start to pattern that movement. And we don't want that to be the case. So either stand up, wipe, close the lid to the toilet, and then you can sit back down to blow your nose, or you can sit on your bed or whatnot. So in the sitting position, it is also safe to blow your nose. Same thing. You can do a pelvic floor muscle contraction, elevate your abs, sit up nice and tall, and then initiate the blow. If you're bent over and slouched over and then you blow, you're already putting this increased pressure downward on the pelvic organs. So then when you blow here, right, you're going to increase the pressure that's already increased in this folded over position. But this is really important because anyone with female anatomy has to work to keep their organs inside their body. So if they are blowing their nose hard and their pelvic floor is just wide open, they're doing it on this toilet seat where we're trying to push things down and out, our organs continually getting pushed down and out are going to stay there eventually, especially when we have more things that can contribute to increasing pelvic organ prolapse, like childbirth. So it's really important that we work to keep our organs up and inside our bodies, and we avoid blowing our nose while sitting on the toilet. I talked about 2 really good options as alternatives to blowing our noses on the toilet. It is really important that you follow this, because even though innately we get on the toilet and we want to blow our nose and bear down, it is going to have negative consequences on the urethra and on the bladder, and can cause what's called a cystocele, which is where the bladder wall is coming down, or a urethrocoele, which is where that urethra is now coming down and out. So use those alternatives to help decrease the intra-abdominal pressure. It's also important that you follow our video about how to improve your constipation, the 4 tips to beating constipation, because if you do have any constipation, that can increase the amount of intra-abdominal pressure within the abdominal wall. So if we're increasing the pressure, that's going to be heavier on those pelvic organs. So you want to make sure that your bowels are moving every single day and that they're moving healthily with ease and without straining to get the stool out, so you're not further compressing and pushing down on the pelvic organs. So this is twofold. It's how to blow your nose, but there's also ways to help manage that intra-abdominal pressure that we reviewed in that other video. So please go take a look. Follow, subscribe, like us. If you are like, I always blow my nose while I'm on the toilet, leave a comment below. Talk about how many days in a row that you can go without blowing your nose while on the toilet. Make this a funny party trick. It doesn't matter. What matters is that we avoid doing this, so we help keep our pelvic health healthy for the rest of our lives, and we're not going to be susceptible to having bladder surgeries, prolapse surgeries of any kind, and we can keep our organs inside our bodies where they belong. Take care.